Hey everyone, Complex back with another video. Welcome back. Today's video is really fun. I wanted to chit chat with you guys a little bit about PvP in Fallout 76. Erik, a subscriber of the channel, was kind enough to link me to a interview that Pete Hines did during E3 that I had never seen before. I'm guessing a lot of people also haven't seen it. So I'm going to link that down below so you all can watch it at your leisure if you want to. I'd suggest it. It was thoughtful and nice and I liked it. You might too. So you should watch it. But anyways, I wanted to touch upon some of the PvP elements of Fallout 76 that Pete Hines had talked about. I found some of it really, really interesting and a unique way to look at the PvP experience. From what Pete Hines was saying within this interview, it sounds like the PvP experience in Fallout 76 is going to be entirely a unique one that we haven't seen before. I really haven't heard of a PvP experience that has been crafted this way, and I'm really interested to see how it develops once we get players of all levels of niceness into the game. But what I found most interesting was Pete Hines had mentioned when they wanted to create the tension slash drama within 76. So when you're walking around and you see somebody, it's are they friend or are they foe? Should I go up and say hi and like wave, or do I draw my gun and shoot him? In most other single player games, you don't get that kind of drama because either your minmap tells you it's a bad guy, or in like the case of Fallout 4, you know exactly what a raider looks like. You know exactly who they are. You know exactly how they camp, this and that, and especially replayability wise, after you've played Fallout 4 a few times, you know exactly where everybody's camped. You know the respawn rate of certain bad guys. And with Fallout 76 and this PvP experience that it sounds like they're trying to craft, you're never going to know who's friend or foe. And I find that really interesting. I like that idea. And the more I'm learning about what kind of PvP environment they're trying to craft, the more I'm actually excited for it. It doesn't sound like it's going to be boring or stressful. It's going to be almost thought provoking in some ways, as odd as that sounds, just because you're really going to have to think like, all right, this person's a traitor, but are they a good traitor or a bad traitor? Like, what kind of traitor are they? You know what I mean? There's not going to be I'm going to take it for granted that everybody's nice in the game or everybody's the enemy in the game. You're really going to have to think about who you're interacting with and find your own systems of keeping yourself safe. And I like that. It adds to the world. And I like how every time you log in, it's going to be a slightly different experience, which is really nice. And it's going to keep things fresh and entertaining and keep everybody coming back for a long time. The other thing that he touched upon was the nukes. The nukes are such a thing that I feel like it's literally nuking some people's minds, and that, oh my god, people are just gonna be able to like shoot me with a nuke, blah 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 blah. So he said 100%, you cannot say I want to nuke this person. There is no like targeting a nuke at a person. So, yay. Second of all, I didn't hear this until this interview. Apparently Metro had heard it, but I hadn't. If you are on a map where a nuke is about to go kapooey, you will get a notice. So you can either get out of the area or stay and get nuked if that's what you really want. Why would you? Please don't do that when the nukes go off in Fallout 76. Please don't just stay there. Yeah, get into some power armor and run away, and then you can come back, but don't, not right away. Thank you, please. Okay. So I like, though, that there is definitely a warning system, and he once again talked about how hard it is to get the codes for the nukes. This isn't something easy, and it's not like you're just gonna willy-nilly walk through a nuclear facility and be able to like boom, pow it off like it's nothing. No, it's gonna take effort. I'm almost envisioning in my head a tougher battle than what we had in the Nuka World DLC when you go to turn the park back on and you've kind of got to go through that slog of the facility. I'm in my head envisioning something like that almost, but even more extreme and probably a lot more difficult. So it's not going to be easy to set off a nuke kind of thing. So I wouldn't worry too much about that happening, and it's definitely something that's more end game material, so I can't see it happening quite at the beginning of the game, and you'll definitely know whether or not you're really liking Fallout 76 by the time people get to that stage of the game. Let's see. Oh, and then he mentioned something that I think a lot of people don't consciously think about. Pete Hines and the people at Bethesda play online games. I mean, Pete Hines plays a multitude of online games, and I'm sure most of the other devs too. Todd Howard has mentioned in interviews that he loves GTA. And so they understand what it's like to get griefed in a game. They understand what it's like to not have fun in a multiplayer setting. And so they're doing everything they can to make sure that the Fallout 76 climate is as healthy as possible, which is really reassuring. So if you're somebody that's a little nervous about that whole, like, it's, PvP, multiplayer, LMNOP kind of thing, like, it's going to be okay. Like, they get it too. They have systems in place for the griefing system, and it's gonna grow and evolve. This game isn't just gonna be like they release it and it's stagnant. It's definitely gonna be growing and evolving. And I'm excited to see how the game changes from like the beta that we get to play to the actual release, and how the game is, in 2020. Like, I'm really excited to see how this game changes. Like, for myself personally, I'm a kind of a newish gamer. So I've never really seen like the start of something. Like, I didn't really get ESO when it started, so I wasn't like on the bandwagon then. I wasn't a gamer when Warframe started. And so I've never like belonged to a gaming community kind of thing at the start of it. So we all get to kind of experience the start of Fallout 76 and then say to noobs in a year, 2 years, like, I remember the system was that way. And it's just, isn't that kind of cool to think about? Come on, it's like a little cool. Like, you can tell people like, I played the beta, you didn't play the beta. It's cool, right? Come on, like little tiny bit. Yeah, you know you're shaking your head in agreement because you know I'm right. But back to my original story. Pete Hines mentioned in the interview that people continually ask him like, what happens if you get attacked by people? And his response was, well, what happens if you get attacked in Fallout 4 by raiders? And he didn't finish that statement, but I'm going to finish it with, you shoot them back. You get attacked in Fallout 76 by somebody, you shoot them back. You don't take it. You don't take it. You shoot them right back. Yeah, that's what we do. But he mentioned then that there is a revenge system. So let's say you kind of duke it out with somebody and you lose. And then you're like, no, they should not have won. It should have been me. You can get revenge, and there's a little bit of an incentive for revenge. But if somebody's being a douche canoe about it, there are going to be griefing systems in place. So it's not like one person can just like murderize everybody kind of thing. And they're doing it in a way that's really icky. I can't think of another word other than icky at the moment. But yeah, if they're doing it in a way that's just not friendly, and that's weird to say because it is PvP, but if they're doing it in a way that just isn't, you know what I'm trying to say. There are systems in place to take care of those people. So I'm really liking everything that I've heard in that interview, especially. And just to kind of sum up the rest of the interview, he touched upon also the servers again. And we've already talked about this before, but if you are interested, watch the interview. He explains a little bit more about the server and the server experience, and how it's not really a server experience, just like literally loading into a game and then logging off kind of thing. And there's no like classic server like, I'm going to pick server A or server B. Like, it's none of that, which is nice. So yeah, listen to the interview, or sorry, watch it or listen, depending on how you want to roll. And that'll kind of explain more. And the other last bit that I found super interesting was that Pete Hines did mention that they want a variety of kinds of players within Fallout 76. They want some people that are going to be raiders. They want people that are going to specialize in like cooking or opening up a restaurant, or scavengers, or people that are trading, or people that are building monstrous settlements and stuff like that. And then he also mentioned that they want their lone wolves, which is us solo players. Yay! So if you're a solo player, rest assured there is 100% a place for you in Fallout 76. But other than that, I think that's everything I wanted to chat with you lovely people about today. Let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling about Fallout 76. Are you excited? Nervous? Happy? What are your feelings? Have you pre-ordered? Are you playing the beta? I want to know. I mean, I really do want to know. Like, let's talk. Let's be friends. Also, stick around the channel Sunday, Monday. I will have another video out that's kind of an announcement video. Twitching is happening very soon. And I think Sunday or Monday the video will come out just kind of announcing the schedule and where you can find me and yada yada yada. So if you kind of want to hang out while I play some video games and talk about all things Fallout or video game related or coffee, we could also talk about coffee. I like coffee. Um, Stick around. I promise that is coming super soon. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.